Hey there, YouTube. Got my coffee. Got you guys. Best of all, we got the Coolfire 2. And that's what we're talking about today. Alright, so here's the Coolfire box. Comes in, let's see, Coolfire 2. And this is the jungle camo version, which is really just like an olive drab green. Open the box. You got your user manual, filling instructions, and then da 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 da, Coolfire 2 with the iClear 30B. Alright, look at that. So let's start off with the obvious. It looks like a grenade. That's awesome. It fits in your hand nicely, the aesthetics of it. Bam. Alright, but let's talk about the features of the device. Takes an 18350, just like the Coolfire 1. This bottom cap comes off. Same vent holes as the Coolfire 1. Brass connection ports. This bottom connection port is spring loaded, and it's a really stiff spring, which is nice for the flat top 350s. I know that this spring is going to push the battery up to the other connection port, and I know I'm going to get a connection every time. I put a couple different batteries in there, and I have yet to not get a connection. It appears that the inside of this chamber is aluminum or aluminium. So with that spring pushing back on this top cap, it's pretty stiff. So what I do is I push down. I don't know if you can see it. It goes down a little bit. Push down and rotate, because if you don't and if you just rotate it without pushing down, you're wearing the threads on both the cap and on the inside, and eventually those threads, because they're aluminum, that you're probably going to end up wearing them down or stripping them or whatever. But yep, 18350 in there. Let's close this up. Like I said, looks like a grenade. It's got a nice little Coolfire 2 logo right here. On the back, do not throw away. The CE logo that I've always seen my entire life but never knew what it meant. If you know what it means, please let me know. And we're back around to the front. Alright, so here's a clicky button. And you see Innokin's signature green, yellow, red LED indicator. It is green it's an indicator of your battery life. So from 100% full to 50% full, you will see green. 50% to about 20%, you're going to see it yellow, and then anything under 20%, it's going to be red. 3 clicks turns it off. 3 clicks turns it on. There you saw the red and the yellow, as well as the green. Very clicky button. It's plastic. It's smoked. And what I mean by smoked is it's tinted, which is cool. It kind of gives it that tactical look, but at the same time it gets difficult to see the color of the LED, especially in the daylight. Just because it's difficult doesn't mean it's impossible. That's just something I wish it would have been a little bit less tinted, or maybe a brighter LED light to go with the tinted button there. And then right above that, you see this little ring right here, and you see the numbers on it. Alright, that is your adjustable wattage ring. So all you do is to adjust it. Right now it's at 7 watts. You just flip it one. Now it's at 8. And if you notice, there was no 7.5. We're going to talk about that at the end of the video. And then 8.5, 9. So, and it goes from 7 to 12.5 in random increments, mostly 0.5 increments. But you hear that noise? You hear that? Just dropped it. Got some juice on it. Let me clean this off real quick. Alright. I actually dropped it. My trash can is like right there. And it hit my desk and then fell into the trash can. And I had just dumped out a tank because the juice was nasty in it. Anyway, so yeah, that shaking, this ring here is loose, and I tried a couple different things because this top cap comes off. So I was like, oh, maybe it just needs to be tighter, but no, I tightened it down as much as I could without like getting pliers to crank it down, and so there's tight, and it's still loosey-goosey there, but it's okay. I mean, I don't notice it that often. I don't sit here and do this while I vape, but I wish it was a tight fit. It does have a nice clicky sound to it, so you know when it's at the next increment. So I'm at 7 watts right now, and you can tell, one, because it's right above the power button, but two, there's a little hole right there, indicator. So I'm at 7 watts. I want to go to 8 watts. I'm going to turn it, and it just clicks into place, and it's never accidentally flipped on me. So it's pretty solid, stays in place. And I just showed you this comes off. It's got your standard 510 connection plus ego threading, and if you look at it with this on, oh, and this cap has 2 air holes in it. If I can get this back on, first of all, got that back on. Pretty wide well right there. Fit an ego style Atomizer. There's an iClear 16. Kind of looks silly, but here's the Kangar Pro Tank Mini. If I can catch the threading. There we go. So it fits ego threads. Every 510 connection that I put on here has fit and worked. Here's my K-Fun. Let's throw this up to 12 watts. Just fantastic. Okay, that about wraps it up for the up close section with the Coolfire 2. Let's go back into normal mode. Alright, so Coolfire 2. Do I like it? Yes, I do. Do I feel like everyone's gonna like it? Absolutely not. This is one of those devices that you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it, just because of what it is. The fact that it looks like a hand grenade. I'm just one of those, I love it. Is this my everyday vape? Not at all. I leave this on my desk with a tank attached to it, and when I'm working at my desk at home, yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll grab it. I'll just toot away. I'll drink my coffee, and that's what I do. Every now and then I'll take it over to a party at my friend's house, or just take pictures with it. But is it ever going to be my everyday vape? Probably not. Main reason, it's got an 18350. Now, granted, I have been significantly impressed with 18350s. Since I had the Coolfire 1 is when I started using 18350s, and the reason why I only started with the Coolfire 1 instead of before that was because I was really nervous about using them. I didn't want to run out of battery life at work, and I didn't want to carry like 3 or 4 batteries with me. But Coolfire 1, I got it, and I used it, took it to work with me with one battery, the one that was in it, and lasted me all day. So I'm impressed by the 18350s, but that's also, with the Coolfire 1, it's also only at 8.5 watts. So if I take this and use it at maybe 10.5 watts all day, it's probably not going to last all day. But, yes, I think this is a really cool device. I got mine for, I think, 60 bucks, and it comes with the iClearB. It actually came with the smoked out iClearB, or iClear 30B, sorry. I don't know if you can see that. Just give it more of a tactical look. I guess because it's smoked out. But yeah, I think if you're a gun enthusiast, if you're in the military, if you were in the military, if you like bombs, I think this is a perfect fit for you. I think you'll enjoy it. It's functionality, really easy to use, and it's a hand grenade. I think it's really cool. If you're flying across the nation, I don't suggest putting this in your carry-on. TSA will have a field day with that. If you're going to take it somewhere and you're flying, I would highly suggest checking it and letting the people know that you have it. I don't know. I don't fly very often, but I probably won't fly with this. Anyway, I said I was going to talk about this little ring, and real quick before I wrap this up, that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so this is what you have option-wise on the adjustment ring. You have 7 watts, you have 8 watts, you have 8.5, 9.5, 10.5, 11, 12, and 12.5. What does that mean? That means you're missing 7.5, 10, and 11.5 watts. They just forgot to put them in there, I guess, or they didn't have enough slots in the actual ring itself, so they didn't put them all in. Now, is it a big deal? No, because is the difference between 7 watts and 7.5 watts, or 7.5 watts and 8 watts a big difference? No. But if you're someone that's set on, I like to vape at 10 watts, and you set it and forget it at 10 watts, you're not going to be able to vape at 10 watts on here. It's going to have to be 9.5 or 10.5. So, little bit, Innokin, come on. But still, it's not going to be too big of a difference. If you do vape, if you're one of those set it and forget it at 10 watts, and you set it and forget it at 10.5 watts on this, you're not going to see much of a difference. You're not going to feel much of a difference. And if you do, good on you. I want to meet you. Message me, because you're friggin' awesome. But all in all, I think this is a good device. Unlike the Coolfire 1, I don't think they're going to be able to make an extender for this, because that would just look really janky. If they were to make an extender to fit an 18650, it'd like be out to here, and that would just look janky, and it'd take away from the aesthetic aspect of this being a hand grenade. So I'm okay with this one being an 18350. The Coolfire 1, however, they could have totally made an extender for that to make it 18650. I don't see why they didn't. Or maybe they're just waiting to release it so they have something else to sell for like 20-25 bucks. But this one, 18350, completely okay. It fits really nice in your hand because of the way it's shaped. It just fits in your palm. You just wrap your hand around it. What I've been doing is I'll actually put the button like in the middle of my finger. Can you see that? Right there? There's the button, and I slide my finger over, and I just hit it with my knuckle. It's not on. Now it's on. So I just hit it with my knuckle. And it works great. If you have smaller hands, you might be able to like use the thumb method, but I don't find that because I gotta kind of jank my thumb out like that, but I guess I could hit it with my knuckle. So yes, Coolfire 2 from Innokin. Yes. If, like I said, if you're a gun enthusiast, if you're in the military, if you like blowing things up, this is for you. I got this at my local vape shop, so I know they're released. I know a lot of places said they weren't going to release till December 26th or 28th, but I believe Innokin gave everyone an early Christmas present and released them early. So I went ahead and I got it, and well, I'm here with it. I would highly recommend Coolfire 2 to anybody, unless you don't like hand grenades, then don't get it, because you're going to hate it. This is the jungle camo. It also comes in black, and on the black one the ring is black as well. I do kind of wish on the green one they would have made the ring green and made it all flush colored, the same color, but like I said, all the flaws in this, it doesn't matter, because you're not getting this for the... You're not getting this to be the high-end mod, to have variable wattage, variable voltage, and ohm reader. You're not getting it for that. You're getting it because it looks like a hand grenade. Now, it does have a couple other functionality aspects of it, but if you get this, you get it because it looks like a hand grenade. Flat out. There's no escaping that. Alright? Coolfire 2. Go ahead and get it. If you have any questions, please comment below. Please remember to subscribe. And as usual, stay classy, YouTube.